Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 18th of February. Wow, February's flying along, guys, isn't it? Cheers everybody, I've got my coffee. Welcome anybody new to my channel. We've built a little community here of like-minded people who seem to be seeing things the same way that we do. It's kind of bizarre, isn't it, the world we're currently living in, guys? There's a lot going on. Now, firstly, guys, don't forget, if you are new, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. Hit those like buttons, guys, and please feel free to comment. It takes me a day or two to get back to you sometimes because we often live on opposite sides of the world. Plus, YouTube does fiddle with my comments, and sometimes I don't get them for 5 days later, as you know. Sometimes they completely take the comments, don't they, guys, as you're typing them in. All right, admin. Oh, I'm fogging up again. It's really humid here today. We had rain last night, and whenever it rains, it gets really muggy. But the sun's out, so I'll enjoy that while I can before winter comes. Cheers, everyone. All right, a little bit of admin first, guys. I've been telling you about the terrible storms that happened in Victoria and down Melbourne. And apparently they're still out of power. I told you about the huge power lines that had gone down in this storm. Massive, steel frames just blown over like matchsticks, like I said. Well, there's people and businesses down there that have still not got power. 5 days without power. Can you imagine that, guys? Like, seriously, try to imagine it. Just try to imagine. And they're offering payments to people. Like, I think it was like $1,000 for home owners, and then it was like $2,500 for businesses, which, mind you, they showed a butcher shop that had lost like $15,000 worth of meat in their fridges and, all this kind of stuff. And we know how terrible and difficult insurance companies make it to pay out. Suddenly you think you're covered for flooding and, all this stuff, but then there'll be little clause always in the contract, isn't there, that says, oh no, we don't pay out for power strikes or something. You could nearly write it, couldn't you? It's very predictable, in other words. But the government's offering these payments to people, to help them out through the challenge of no power for like 5 days. Oh my God. But the clause in the contract is they're not entitled to them unless it's been out for 7 days. Unless the power's been out for a week, you're not entitled to a payment. Oh my God. I'm sure they'll get it on before the 7 days because the government won't want people making claims. Honestly, it's absolute idiotness, everything that's going on. The other thing I have to address here, which if you're living here in Australia, you'll know about. There's been a few drinking incidences with the MPs in Parliament. Barnaby Joyce and another MP, this woman, she come into Parliament drunk. And if you watch the video, she looks so drunk. She's slurring her words and obviously was drunk. And Barnaby Joyce, I was telling you the other day, he mixed tablets apparently with drinking, and he was laying on the footpath like just a drunken old homeless guy. And these are the people running our country, guys. No wonder Oz is going down the toilet. So now they're talking about perhaps bringing in like mandatory drink testing, alcohol testing and drug testing for the MPs. That's weird because where I live, there's this big company called Snowy Hydro, and they drug test all their workers at random all the time. Not just the people working up the mountains on the tunnel, but they test the people in the offices and everything, just at random. I've got girlfriends that work there and they're paranoid of taking anything. So, you would think like a lot of big companies, that's a new thing, isn't it? They do that now. When you take on a job, you sign these contracts, I guess, that you're going to be randomly tested. So I think probably the MPs should consider maybe getting tested for that. The other thing is, of course, we've got the car wait times are continuing. How come that's continuing even after COVID? If you buy a new car, you got to wait. And they're saying it can be up to 2 years still. Like, what's the hold up with that now? I don't understand. Oh, probably lack of workers and no jobs, just the usual. So the wait times in Australia, at least, and I'm sure it's probably global, to get a new car. Oh, probably not a Tesla. They'd probably just roll that out quick smart, wouldn't they? You could probably have that in a week. But a lot of these other cars, it's taking up to 2 years. Imagine waiting 2 years for your new car. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't have the patience. I like to have my car straight away. I saw, and that's what I was going to tell you guys, which I know, sometimes I read these things and I go, was that actually what happened there? I was watching Sky News last night, guys. I like to just let you guys know what's happening in Oz and that. It's kind of, we all get fed different news, don't we? I think we could all agree that, a lot of you guys were saying, like in the UK, you get your news off me rather than mainstream media. Like, it's pretty funny, isn't it? There's a new thing, yes, and they were deadly serious talking about this on the news. The enhanced games. They're trying to create, well, they are actually the enhanced games. And you're allowed to use drugs. So it's going to be much more exciting to watch. And it's what sort of athlete is going to do, well, actually, because they've concluded that a lot of athletes and sporting people might be taking enhancement drugs. So they might as well have an enhanced games for them. Honestly, what is happening, guys? So if you choose to, you can enter the enhanced games and just take your drug enhancing, medications, and it'll make it much more exciting for all us little plebs to watch. Our little, it will have much better entertainment, they reckon. No joke, this is a thing, guys. Can you even believe it? Performance enhancing drugs games. Oh, imagine that if it's just open slather and they can take whatever they want. Man, I'm guessing there's going to be a few world records broken in that game. Surely they're going to have their own world records, because that would just be a little unfair. The other thing is, and I think it was Sue you telling me the other week about Body Shop. We all know the Body Shop chain, like franchise of shops. They're failing. You were telling me, Sue, a lot of them are starting to close down in the UK. It's starting to, I love Body Shop too. They do have some nice things, don't they? They're becoming too woke, and it's starting to take hold now. People aren't supporting it. See, this is the thing I keep saying to you guys. Like, it's all good to have your reset and all your plans and what you want to roll out and everything, but it doesn't mean the little people are going to go along with it. And it's exactly what happened with the Rip Curl wokeness here in Oz like a month ago, where they used that transgender guy to model the women's clothing, bikini range, actually. It's failing. It's no different to the Budweiser event. So Body Shop looks like they've just taken a path that's, destructive to their own business. I don't get it. I don't get why they jump on board with this stuff, guys. And the other thing that was on TV this morning, oh, God, I laughed, I tell you. This lady came on and she was a bit of a financial expert, and she said that we need to be teaching financial empathy to our kids at the moment because the world's in such financial crisis. It's important that we teach our kids to have empathy because, and they were talking particularly about teenagers, how they have jealousy, envy, anger. They want the best shoes and the best phone, and they want all the good clothes and the trendy gear. We know how it goes. So they were saying, it's okay. You need to justify it's okay for your kids to have jealousy, envy, and anger and all this, which I think most teenage kids have anyway, without the financial crisis thrown in. God, can you imagine what that's doing? It'd be like throwing just a big firecracker on everything in the teenage years, wouldn't it? And she said we need to normalise their feelings. So make these feelings of anger, envy, and jealousy normal. I don't think that's a good idea, really, personally, but she said we need to normalise and start teaching them about financial empathy and just being honest with our kids. No wonder the youth climbs through the roof. Oh, my God. I mean, seriously. Has this woman not had teenage kids? Oh, my goodness. The other thing is, apologies, guys. I did get it wrong. Harry did have Meghan in Canada yesterday. They're doing the Invictus Games. It was just the interview that was him by himself. So they're still, obviously, they're still on their privacy tour, which we keep talking about because they're very private people. Like I said, they don't like the paparazzi and all that stuff and that attention. They do not like it at all. So I guess it was very lucky we got an interview with Harry, wasn't it, guys? And of course, Elon Musk back in the news, of course. Charlie doing her echolocation. Charlie, she's so loud, guys. Oh my God. Thanks for sharing all your cat stories with me about the circling and the noises and all that. It really helps because I know she's getting older and I know that she's probably getting dementia and it's just so hard, isn't it, guys? But look, I do appreciate you sharing your stories with me. I know that it's hard. It's hard when pets get old, isn't it? So I do appreciate it. Thanks for your kindness, guys. Getting back to Elon is bringing out a more advanced model of his Tesla tiny home. Yes, I think it's called Blockbox or something like that. And you just fold it out. Yep. And it's all got the Wi-Fi. It's got everything you could think of in a tiny box. Yep, living in a box. That sounds terrific, doesn't it? I think it's about $30,000 or something. Oh, no, it might be $50,000, I think. Probably Australian equivalent, I'm guessing. Not sure. But, you know, he said it's even got the garage that you pull up in and it's all wireless electric car charging and all this stuff. So you can see how that's going to appeal to people. It's got everything that opens and shuts. Go check it out. I'll leave it on my Facebook page, actually. But Elon, he always jumps in. He knows what he's always very innovative is probably the word I'm looking for. And we know that they're creating the lovely box housing and want us all to live in shoe boxes. So, of course, Elon would be the first one to make all the money out of it. Apparently, he's living in one as well. He sold a lot of his mansions, apparently. Also, I just wanted to thank you guys for letting me know about Cornwall. The Cornish people. I know I've got a lot of you viewers in the UK. Heaps of you let me know. I really appreciate that feedback because sometimes I just get a word and not living over there, I don't know all your suburbs and your areas, you know. Like I say, I'm not very good on the global where things are located. Linda, you were actually telling me and others as well that this is apparently, well, that's what Cornish people are. They live in Cornwall. And it's a little bit associated with the Celts. And you explain the King Arthur, Excalibur, Camelot kind of connections that go around. It's kind of got that image. And that's what came to me when you said that was the song I got, that Guinevere song the other day. Remember I got, love me my Guinevere, all around is dying. I got that Guinevere, King Arthur sort of song. But the movie I think was Excalibur. Excalibur was the movie I was trying to think of. It was a great movie, wasn't it? Excalibur was actually the movie. Because we get that Knights of the Round Table energy here for us, you know, people who are now awake and we're sitting and discussing a lot of things. And the other thing I just wanted to mention was Indigo Faith. You gave me the feedback about the vitamin drips. They're often helpful during cancer recovery. And look, I think that's great. I think, you know, it's very helpful that these things are available and you've experienced that. So I really do appreciate you connecting the dots there for us, that there are practical purposes for these vitamin IV drips. But, you know, it's still on the show. It was just quite crazy to see someone who just had a hangover getting a vitamin IV to, you know, balance themselves out. But I think the most ridiculous part of that I was trying to get to really was just the fact that it you know, it's like dial a IV drip and come to your door. Like everything, you can just dial everything up. Like the services in Hollywood and this are getting crazy, aren't they, guys? But thank you, Indigo Faith, and I hope you're doing really well with your journey as well. All right, guys, let's get straight into the reading and see what comes up. Sunday morning here. I've got to get out and paint a bit more of my house today. It's all the prep work, all the sanding and filling, and I've renovated houses, guys. I've renovated houses for years, so you know, it saves a lot of money when you can paint your own house, doesn't it, guys? As a lot of you do that as well, I'm sure. All right, It's the paint costs a fortune though, doesn't it? Everything's gone up, as we know. Okay. I'm getting sushi in UK, and I'm getting that he's getting a backhander, like a whack. And I think it's from the little people. I do. I said the revolving door is sort of, I'm seeing it hitting him on the bum on the way through. It might not be for a while. But I feel he's going to get a backhander. I think he's going to get a rude shock and a rude awakening, sushi. People aren't on board with this. They're not going to comply. That's what I'm getting. We know there's lots of movement in the UK around these protests. We know Kent, there's movement. We know Wales, there's movement. Scotland, Ireland, Europe's still rising over here. Of course, not seeing any of it on mainstream media, are we, guys? Zero, nothing at all here in Oz. Nothing. Very rare you would see anything. Sky News would be the only one that would show any protests. So like I keep saying, people in Oz don't even know what's going on in the rest of the world. Okay, so I'm getting that. Sushi's going to get a backhander. He's going to get a rude awakening and a bit of a shock, I think, at the amount of people that don't want his garbage, meaning the reset rollout. All right. I'm seeing Elbow. Elbow's having epic fails over here. I think we could all agree, especially like now we've got the incident of more detainees arriving, asylum seekers arriving in Western Australia by boat, more boat people arriving. And it was all men. Like I said, there was like 30 or 40 men, which now have to go to the detention centres. But Elbow's in hot water about a lot of this, guys, because he released all those criminals, like I said the other month. And half of them have, well, not half, about 25 have already offended. Dangerous criminals, murderers, rapists, child molesters, all the above. You all experience this. Haven't we all got enough crime to deal with without all this kind of going on now? Who even knows if they're terrorists? I'm sure America, that's something that really concerns you. So I am getting the Elbows trying to bring everything in again now. He's trying to solidify his position, is what I'm getting in Australia. Elbow's trying to work on his position. He's making excuses. Like I keep saying, he's lying by omission. They always lie by omission. That's the biggest thing that these leaders all do. If they don't talk about it, they're not lying. So he's trying to do the big cover-ups. I've got to say, that's one thing when Scott Morrison was in, the borders were a lot better here in Australia. He really did kind of get a handle on the borders. It got out of control for a while there in Australia. We're all having border issues, aren't we, guys? We all know that. I still laugh at this. My hubby and I talk about it all the time. Now we've got people just crossing borders like everywhere. Doesn't even matter, a rat's razoo. But when you weren't jabbed, you couldn't even go see your relatives or cross a border anywhere just because you weren't jabbed. This is all making a lot of sense. And now there's all this talk about are they calling it X disease? Is that what it's actually called? Or is that just the name in case it arrives? There's all talk about this now. Now, how is this going to work if they'll probably blame the immigrants for spreading the X disease. But they're not going to be able to shut the borders because I think people are going to be up in arms. I know I would be. I would be very furious if they suddenly started shutting borders again after everything we've just experienced in the last year around all this immigration. I'm sure you guys would feel the same way. So I am getting that. Elbow's trying to solidify his position. He's not feeling so in control at the moment. Elbow feels like things are a little out of control. So he's trying to pull it all back. I think we're going to get a lot of communication from Elbow. But Elbow never makes any sense. He doesn't make any sense to anyone. When he's talking, he just tiptoes around everything. It doesn't answer the questions. Which most of them, that's pretty much how they answer things, isn't it? So I am getting Elbows trying to really, consolidate and solidify his position. He doesn't want to lose power. They just get away with everything, don't they? It's like Biden. Oh, they just get away with everything. Anyway, let's keep going. Keep getting England's rising, guys. I have to say it because that's what they give me. England's rising. England's rising. And it's showing me like a wave building, and then rising up, this big wave. That's what I'm getting for UK. It's like building. You think of UK, you think of the wave coming across the land, you know. They're showing me the giant wave at the football. Maybe some of you can relate to that, like at the soccer. You know how you do the Mexican. Oh, that sounds funny, doesn't it? The Mexican wave and everyone jumps up. Well, I'm kind of getting that. You know how it goes around and around and it builds up and builds up and builds up and the crowd keeps rising and then it becomes this great big wave. Well, I'm getting that's building in the UK. Oh, it's so good. Fingers. It has to happen, guys. It has to. All right. For some reason I'm getting Trudeau, and I'm getting Trudeau's walking on eggshells. Trudeau's walking on eggshells. And it could even be, I'm thinking, anticipation of what he's about to come out with. We know he's about to come out with a lot of stuff. So he's sort of walking on eggshells at the moment. I think what you got to remember too, guys, is he's still a person. As much as we think he doesn't have feelings and emotions and empathy, he still is a person. And he got very disturbed, angry, upset when the Ottawa trucker movement happened, because so many people rose up into their power and strength. It had a huge effect on him. Why do you think he tried to shut everything down? He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to face it, and he didn't. He didn't go and talk to the truckers at all. He just shut it all down, got his UN troops in, stopped bank accounts, did all the above, and it triggers him off. So I feel like him going into this year and ready to roll things out and hit everyone, he's actually walking on eggshells. He's a little bit anxious. I would say he's a bit anxious, and he's a bit worried that he doesn't want a mass rebellion. He doesn't want what happened last time. He wants people to go along with his plans. He doesn't want to have to deal with everything like he did last time. He doesn't want his country in chaos. So he's walking on eggshells at the moment because he's a bit uncomfortable. It's good. He's a bit uncomfortable because he doesn't know, as I always say, how the people are going to react. Are they going to be receptive of it? No, I don't think so. But, you know, you can't control people through, well, they can sometimes, depending on the situation. You can't control people through just fear. That's not fair, you know, to just use fear all the time, which we know they do through their mainstream media narrative that they keep pushing. It's not fair, because when people are fearful, as we know with the jab wheel and that, it puts people in a different frequency vibration and they can't cope with things. So, you know, we know that's his go-to tool will be fear. So he's a little bit uncertain what's going to happen this time. I am getting that, which is good. It's good, guys. That means he's a little bit hesitant. Well, he's not hesitant. We know he's going to do it. But he's a little bit not sure how people will react. Oh, let's hope they stand up, guys. Oh. I think there is movement in Canada, isn't there, around the farmers and that? God, I hope so. And all the little people need to stand up as well. Trudeau needs to go. Isn't that the saying, the quote you guys always say? Trudeau needs to go. Trudeau needs to go. He really does. He's a true dictator, isn't he? He's going to go down in history like one of the big dictators. I mean, it's not that he's, you know, killing masses of people and that, but he's killing people's spirits, isn't he? He killed a lot of people's spirits during that Ottawa protest. He broke their spirit, you know. Let's just hope people can find their way back when they awaken, guys. All right, let's keep going. Getting Island. Island's really rising. You're coming into your real energy and power now. You've got a lot of strength. You're able to really charge forth. I'm getting that real fight's risen up in the people in Ireland. They're fighting back. It's showing me like a big battle on the field. Might get a bit turbulent over there. You know, I'm seeing those Molotov cocktails and all a bit of chaos again in the streets of Ireland. Oh, sorry, guys. People in Ireland are tired of all this. They've had enough. So big fight backs in Ireland. That's what I'm getting. It's great. It's so good. It's so good. All right. I'm still seeing Germany very stable. The people who rose up in Germany are very stable, but they're waiting for the rest of the world to come on board. It's like the little people in Germany are very stable in their strength and power, and they're standing there waiting for the rest of the world to get on board. That's what I'm getting. They want the rest of the world to rise up behind them. They know it. This is the time. This is the time. Oh, it's so beautiful. Isn't it great that Germany, you know, really has created this movement? You know, after their past history and everything, I think it's fantastic. I think it's beautiful that whole new generation in Germany is really staying strong to their like core beliefs of making change. It's beautiful. All right, so they're still putting it out there that the rest of the world will keep rising. Okay, sorry, all my birds. I know you guys really love my birds. They're so noisy. They're the crows squawking outside, the blackbirds, the big blackbirds. And I'm getting, for us guys, this is you guys watching my channel, we have to keep fighting for ourselves. We have to keep fighting for our individuality. We got that the other day about the flowers. Remember that in my book, being individual blooms, like blooming and being who we really are. We have to keep fighting to stay in our own identity. It's not easy, guys, is it? You know, we know they're trying to do mass control, digital ID, blah, blah, blah. And it's easy to get kind of lost in all of that. But you have to keep really fighting through. They're giving me that Doors song, Break On Through to the Other Side. Break on through to the other side. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm getting that Doors song. We've got to keep breaking through to the other side. We know this year we're shifting into a new earth frequency vibration. So we have to keep breaking through, guys. Just keep breaking through to the other side. Keep just blossoming and being who you really are. That's the big message I'm getting from the guides today. I'm getting Sweden, and I'm getting people are detecting a lot going on in Sweden. There's a lot going on in Sweden. There's a lot of movement. They're kind of fast tracking things, I feel, your government in Sweden, but it's waking people up very quickly. Which is a good thing. I know, Martin, you're over there. Let us know what's happening in Sweden, Martin. There's a lot unfolding for you in the next few months. They're going to be, I guess trying to implement a lot of things in the next few months. You're going to see big changes in Sweden. Big changes. Hopefully the people rise up over there. Let me see if there's one more thing, guys, and we'll pull some cards. Yeah, I keep getting it. Oh, it's so annoying. That eliminating the red meat from the diet, that's a very big and high on the agenda this year. We know it is. We know about the lab-based foods. We know all the land. Actually, a video popped up, which reminds me as well, because we've been talking about it all week, though, the eliminating meat thing. You know, with the cow burps, cow farts. And there was something on Clown Planet about, had Bill Gates' picture on the front, as we know. He's trying to introduce all his new foods. And it was about the pesticide poisons. We know that pesticides are poison. We've known that since the bloody 50s or whatever, haven't we? And they're really pushing that, natural foods, it's not what's in the food, it's what they're being sprayed with. Oh, I'm wondering if the geoengineering spraying of the, forming clouds and weather manipulation can affect anybody, but no, that's not mentioned at all. So we know they're pushing the meat. They're trying to eliminate the meat from the diet. It's so crazy. They go on, and that's what made me think of it. Like in this video, they were talking about all the pesticides and, all the dangerous chemicals and all that. But I tell you what, if you go and look at that lab-based meat in the supermarket, there's a crap load of ingredients. I'm going to buy one, guys, and we'll go through the ingredients because I don't even understand what half of them are. So I'm guessing there's a lot of chemicals in these lab-based meats as well. So, yeah, just more crap that makes no sense, guys, does it? Anyway, nothing new here that the BS detectors aren't onto. Another thing to put in our file, guys. Let's pull a Foxfire card. Oh. Coming of age. See, we're coming into our spiritual maturity now. These are beautiful, these cards, aren't they? Well, that's autumn there, which is what I'm coming into soon. Autumn, which is change, represents change. Change and protection. Trees, to me, lose their leaves to protect themselves for winter. So we have got that coming of age. I always talk about us doing our spiritual master's degree, guys, as awake people. We are really going into those mature levels of spirituality where we're learning to cope with things better. We're just seeing things from a very different angle. Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, let's pull one of these. And of course, the Taylor Swift event is still continuing here in Oz because she's in concert down here. Very newsworthy story. Light Dancer, Illumination, the Radiant Self, Shining Soul. Some of you have found your angel wings too. Illumination. The Light Dancer. And when I think about the Light Dancer, I just think of like floating light, which is how we're starting to feel. You feel lighter, you feel sort of breezier, you just sort of float through life. We don't get as stressed and everything like we used to, do we, guys? The Radiant Self, Shining Soul and Illumination. I put that video on the other day, guys, of how to illuminate yourself through kindness and compliments and things like that as well. We just got to keep being our best self, guys, pretty much is what I'm getting from that card. Soul Expression. Let's see what we get. Self-confidence. I am an amazing soul. I am worthy of being self-confident. And I think that's something that we've had to work on most of our lives here as intuitives, empaths, sensitives. We've always felt a little different probably. If you're on my channel, you pretty much have. Sometimes we've not quite been accepted by society. We do get a lot of labels. Flat earth, tinfoil hat wearing, conspiracy theorist, blah, blah, blah. The list kind of goes on. But we've pushed through all that now and we've sort of regained our confidence, I feel. By dropping that backpack, it sort of like gives us better posture. It could be literally as well, but I feel like we're more confident, like when we're walking down the street. We're not feeling like, we're the odd ones out that have let the team down, or we were the granny killers. Oh, that's another one. We were the granny killers for a while there, etc., etc. That are non-conformists that didn't go along with, getting a jab when you were mandated and things like this, like just ridiculous garbage that we knew had made no logical sense. So I feel like our confidence is kind of back now. We can walk around head high, just being ourselves and accepting who we are and, I guess being comfortable in your skin is what I'm getting. Being comfortable in your new skin. Like the snake, we talk about the snake, how they shed their skin when they grow. We keep evolving and then we become comfortable in our new skin because we shed the old skin. That's what I'm getting for us. All right, let me see if there's one more thing to close with today. I'm getting this song for the people waking up. And yesterday I was talking about people going, oh, enough, that's enough already. And I'm getting that song, enough is enough. I can't go on no more, no, enough is enough. Can't tell you who sings it, but I am getting that song. It's from like the 80s, guys. Meaning the people, they've had enough. They can't go on now. This is going to be breaking point. These next couple of months are going to really rip people down now financially. We know that it's already started. Gosh, I'm getting the song. You know how we got the happy songs yesterday? Well, I'm getting the show Happy Days. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. Well, I'm getting that. That's our life now. That's our life. You know, a bit like the show Happy Days. You know, it was all fun, music, the jukebox. That's the image I'm getting for us guys. We're like in the Happy Days show. You know, where life was kind of simple. You know, they had their complications. I'm not saying they didn't. But you know, that's the kind of life you start living after you've gone through an awakening process. If you haven't seen Happy Days, go check it out, guys, because some of you might be too young for that show. But it means every day we're turning into a happy day now, is what I'm getting. You know, dancing, playing music. I think, you know, we just see things so differently now. We just don't carry the heavy weights. You think of the 50s, it was all, you know, it was sort of fun. There was the roller skating at the restaurants, you know, just milkshakes and hamburgers. Like, life was pretty breezy. It was all about football and cheerleaders and I don't know. I'm just getting that, you know, the Fonz on his motorbike, Henry Winkler and all that kind of stuff. I love that show. Oh, I had the biggest crush on Chachi, guys. Oh, Joni and Chachi, remember them? Oh, it's funny as. How's all our old shows? Anyway, so I'm getting Happy Days. When you wake up, it's happy days is what I'm getting. And now I'm getting that song, oh, happy days, oh, happy days, oh, happy days. It's one of those songs. Remember that? Happy days, oh, happy days. We're having some happy days, guys, now that we've all got rid of our viruses and everything and we're feeling a bit brighter. It's like joyous. You know, if you think of those gospel choirs, oh, happy days, oh, happy days. I'm getting that song. We're a lot happier, aren't we? Since our awakening, guys, we're a lot happier. And I think, too, to be honest, we're much happier that the truth is coming out. I think that allows us to just be more confident and much happier. Let me see if there's anything else to finish with. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm getting that song. And I always think of America when I get the song, Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Thinking this'll be the day that I die. I'm just not seeing Biden in. I'm just not. Just not seeing it. So I am getting that song. It just reminds me of America. This'll be the day that I die. Might have to listen to the words of that song, guys. Did you write the book of love? And if you had faith in God above. Some interesting words in that song. I might go listen to that today. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, they're giving me so many songs. Hang on, guys. You know, they just bombard me at the end. I get like music. I get music from here, there, here. They just like throw them at me. Hang on. Oh, they're trying to get a Carole King song to me, but I just can't get to it. She's got an amazing voice, didn't she, Carole King? I just can't get to it. Oh, that's what they're giving me. I think it's a Queen song, isn't it? I want to break free. I want to break free. The lights that they shine and the light that you call down on me. I want to break free. God knows I want to break free. That's for the people waking up. They want to break free. They want to break free of the narrative. That's not for us. That's for them. Hang on. That's the people waking up. That song's for. Oh, they're giving me such strange music. Hang on, guys. Let's see if it's something for us. Hang on. Oh, they're giving me, is it Dare? Do you remember Dare? These are the things that dreams are made of. Do, 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 do. We get so many old songs on here. Oh my God. Where does this stuff come from, honestly? Oh my God. I can't leave you with that song. It's just too weird. Hang on. Oh my God. I think this is better though. They're showing me that Top Gun Maverick again. And they're showing all of us guys in our like Maverick flying suits. And we've got all our names on it. Like I've got Fitzy on mine. You've got all your names on yours. Like, you know how they put, well, we need nicknames really, don't we? We need nicknames. But we've all got our helmets and we're all marching off into the danger zone. I'm getting that song again, danger zone. Do, do, do. And we're all on the tarmac ready to get into our fighter jets. And we're heading in, well, we're not really heading into the danger zone because we've already done all that, haven't we, guys? Well, they're just giving me this image of all of us. If you can picture that, guys. I know. I'm picturing all of us. Oh, my God. With our helmets. Near our fighter jet planes, we're just walking along on the tarmac, but we're really sticking together. Like we're feeling, I guess you could say we're really feeling empowered and strong. So I want you to listen to the song Danger Zone and imagine yourself in the flying suit with all our patches. You know how we used to talk about all our patches of staying in your truth, and we had so many patches, I can't even remember what they were. We were the Maverick Freedom Fighter Rebel Braveheart bikers for a while there. We still are, but we've added a few extra things, BS detectors now. So I'm going to leave you with that image today of all of us walking on the tarmac. I guess you could say it's like the planes had landed and we've come back to the, we've all landed and we've come back together and we're just sort of walking along on the airport tarmac now. And I'm getting that song Danger Zone. We've already come through it, guys, and we survived the fight is what I'm getting. If you think about Top Gun, oh, I love Top Gun. Everyone loves Top Gun. And Top Gun 2 was really good too. I think it was called Maverick, wasn't it? What was it called? Very good. Go watch it on. It's probably on Netflix. I know I've got a lot of Netflix junkies out there like me. It's just good escapism, isn't it, guys? I've started watching that. Is it Alona Holmes? It's really good too, with the girl out of Stranger Things. It's so good. really enjoying it. All right, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Go and imagine yourself that we've done our battles and our fights and we've been through the danger zone, and now we just can take our helmets off now and put them under our arms and just walk off the tarmac, guys, and let other people have their battles now. I guess that's the image that we're being left with. All right, and an image it is. All right, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you very soon. Don't forget, hit the like buttons, comment, and don't forget I'm on Rumble now. You can find me over there at Chrissy Fitzgerald Psychic. All right, take care, everybody, and please share and like my videos and all the above. Okay, thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.